Hey, today we're proud to have a leader who's been fighting for fairness, justice, and opportunity for all. Please welcome Georgia United States Senator Raphael Warnock.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
We are so excited to have you on this morning now, Senator Warnock. My first question for you is, as the senior pastor of one of the most historical and influential black churches in America, have you received any feedback regarding Vice President Harris' direct outreach to the black community?
Oh, listen, I have watched and known Kamala Harris for quite some time. And let me just tell you, brother, she is the real deal. She's been doing the work, not in the last few months as she became the nominee, but she's been focused on our community for years. And I'm excited about what she has rolled out through her Economic Opportunity Tour. By the way, she was doing this Economic Opportunity Tour before she became the nominee. I in fact, joined her in Atlanta a few months ago. Kamala Harris understands that there are a lot of great ideas in the black community, people who have an entrepreneurial passion, but they don't have access to capital. And so she has rolled out a proposal where she's saying that she will provide 1 million small business loans that are fully forgivable of up to $20,000 to black entrepreneurs and to others who have a good idea, but they just don't have the resources, the connections, the access to capital. I've seen that up close. My dad was an entrepreneur, and it's just often very difficult for our folks to get access to capital.
Senator Warnock, I got a question for you, and I want to know what's your response to this narrative out there that some black men in particular feel unheard or even slighted by VP Harris's policies or agenda. Now, she's addressing this issue as we speak right now. What do you have to add to that conversation?
Well, black men, first of all, have a right for their votes to be earned, and she's working to earn their votes. She's not taking anything for granted, and this is the work that I have seen her do up close. As you know, she was a prosecutor in California, and there are those who are literally spreading disinformation about her time as a prosecutor. This is someone who, on the issue, for example, around marijuana possession, very often we have seen whole parts of our community. You know, I pastored in Baltimore. I was an assistant pastor in New York and now in Atlanta. I've seen whole sections of our community literally hollowed out by the enforcement around marijuana possession. And so she's proposing to legalize marijuana, recreational marijuana, but also create opportunities for black Americans to succeed in the cannabis industry. We've got literally cousins and folks we know right now, right, who are locked up behind bars for something that other people are making billions of dollars on. Donald Trump doesn't understand this. He's not connected to this. This is someone who's always tried to trade on the ways in which black men are routinely criminalized. Remember, early in his career, he wouldn't even rent apartments to black folk. And then when there were 5 young men of color who were accused of a horrible and heinous crime in New York City, the Central Park 5, it was Donald Trump who took out a full-page ad in the New York Times saying that these young teenagers ought to receive the death penalty. And then years later, when their innocence was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, when we came to know them as the exonerated 5, do you think Donald Trump has apologized? Has he said he was wrong? Has he lifted a finger to address that? No. This is who he is. This is what he trades on. And he literally emerged in the political square as someone who was pushing a racist birther lie about President Obama, saying he wasn't born in America. We know what he's doing. This is who he is. And if we let him get anywhere near the White House, when you think about the issue of police brutality, when you think about America's prison industrial complex, which is something I have spent years addressing as a pastor, it's going to get worse under an unhinged Donald Trump. Do you think he's going to hold police officers and police departments responsible and accountable like the Biden-Harris administration is doing right now in real time when they see a long pattern of abuse? No, Donald Trump is going to double down. He's going to give them immunity. So our lives are in danger. Here's the thing, brother. I do not believe that huge swaths of black men are going to vote for Donald Trump. I think that's part of the messaging. That's part of the trick. The real challenge we have is whether people will show up at all. to vote. And I'm telling you, if you do anything other than vote for Kamala Harris, if you stay home, you put this dangerous man one step closer to the White House. Right. And we can't afford that.
Senator Warnock, how can people follow you and be a part of your movement?
Much love. You can find me on my website. I'm doing the work all the time, all of my social media pages, and know that I'm all in for Kamala Harris. We'll have to come back and talk about her work around dealing with health equity. You know, my bill capped the cost of insulin to $35 of out-of-pocket cost for seniors. We're trying to get that done for everybody. This is something that disproportionately impacts the African-American community. We must move forward, not backwards, brothers. Tell everybody you know that not to vote is to vote, is to put Donald Trump closer to the Oval Office, and we can't afford for that to happen.
Y'all give it up for United States Senator Raphael Warnock.